And we are back
with the Ender's Game on
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray MLG Game On presentation.
Presentation. Destiny
This
just
counts
won
as
his first
presentation, right?
$10 ever.
I think I won other bets against you before.
No, that was the first one.
That was the first bet I ever won against you?
Well, here on this tournament.
I'm pretty sure I won at least one of those other
You
bets
did
we
not.
made.
You did
Rob
not.
even confirmed
Rob did not.
at
confirm.
Chipotle.
There was Paul's liquid. What do you mean Paul's? What's up? What's funny?
Because it
Paul's?
was... Oh, man. Never mind. We'll go into that later. Representing...
What's the tab at? You bought my Chipotle
Exactly.
yesterday.
Yeah, we're probably at around 100, I think. Because I just won
Probably.
$10 here.
Yeah.
We're going to need more... we're going to have to up the stakes so I can make my money back.
Yeah, let's do it.
What,
Who's gonna win this game?
I don't even know, man. This is anybody's game.
Yeah, it's
This
it's
is anybody's
Ender's
game.
actually. It's Ender's Game on Blu-ray.
Very true.
Scarlett
is.
not respecting the Void Ray last game.
What Void Ray?
Duh.
The Void Ray.
But yep, we have this map. Actually, I am very fond of not hatch first and not hatch pool. I like to 13-12 almost every game on this map. I feel like it's one of the best openers on it, and 14-14 is probably the best build to counter that. But the issue with 14-14 that I personally have is that it doesn't necessarily counter hatch first or
hatch.
pull into hatch builds.
If you
So-
if you do early link pressure builds or early link bling, it's so much time to get the queen from the main down to the natural. And
Yeah, it's
transferring
just
units
so
back and
dangerous.
forth
It's,
is-
yeah, you can't on most maps you can block the ramp
yeah, but on
and be
this map,
close enough that you can move
defend the
to
expansion.
defend the expansion with the queens while still managing to go back and block the ramp.
Yep.
If need be. Is Kane is the red Zerg, yeah?
I don't think so. Yeah, he is.
Kane is going for a 13-13 and Scarlett's going for a hatch first.
I thought. Did Kane just go for a 13-13?
I mean, does it say Kane on his thing? Kane.
Yeah, but I don't think that was 13-13, was it? It was?
It was a 13-13, yeah.
Okay, I thought you were done.
So
Okay,
with 13-13 you drone up to 15 and then
you don't drone anymore?
you don't drone anymore, you make an overlord, and then he's gonna make 4 links, a queen, and speed, and start applying pressure. It's a little bit less all-in-ish than 13-12, but I prefer 13-12 because then you get 6 links and apply a lot more pressure early on. As silly as that sounds, those 2 links make a huge difference. It delays your queen by quite a bit though, and that's the issue with that. But that's a build that Life introduced a long time ago, and I think it's a great build, especially of this map. Now, Scarlett, on the other hand, is doing the best possible opener she can off of a hatch first against this, which is to go gases. That means she'll have a lot more money to remake queens and make spine crawlers.
Hopefully, yeah.
So it's
Again, it's difficult though, because even if you make a spine at the natural, the potential for a run by exists. You can't really block the
it's
ramp
tough,
easily
yeah.
with queens. And I mean, if a couple banelings run by with some lings,
yeah,
What do you do?
it's tough, but I think that the builds might slightly favor Scarlett. If Scarlett had taken a gas, I would say Kane is favored. If Scarlett had gone for pool hatch, I would say Kane is super favored.
I think it's going to
And
come
if
down
Scarlett
to...
had gone for early pool, then I would say Kane already won.
I think it's going to come down to Kane's decision making about...
oh
Kane
no,
needs to
not a
not
good engagement
lose.
here.
Yeah. Nice
yeah.
splitting of the links there for
I think
Scarlett.
the hard thing for Scarlett is going to be to cover the ramp.
Yeah, exactly.
So
she has to move those
Kane,
spines down.
Yeah, Kane can. And that's a great position for the spine
Yep.
actually. But
Brilliant.
I think that Kane can still
Just
potentially
run by.
run by.
Yeah,
Now
and-
with 2 spines here though, and 2 queens blocking the ramp and a third one on the way, I think Scarlett has done this the best possible way you can
Definitely.
against this build.
If
And again,
Scarlett can have 1 queen sitting in the natural and then 2 on the ramp,
Yeah.
then I think it's over. I think at that point she's got it. Especially because Kane is committing all into
Kane's
this.
trying to run by, and
Ooh.
that's the right call, but there's 2
But,
queens there. It's
yep.
not going to work. Getting us around on the spine. The queens don't yet have confused. And killing that spine is nice, and it seems like Kane is committing to this.
Yeah, he's committed definitely.
Oh no!
Big
Losing
mistake
a
there.
bailing is a huge blunder there. Kane needs to go in and kill that queen. Can't let her sit behind minerals, but looks
Yeah.
like he is.
I mean, it's pretty scary to fight with that spine there. Oh, he
Kane
needs to be careful.
does not need to engage
Yeah.
until he has banelings around.
I think his best bet here is, I want to say kill the expansion and expand himself, but he's already invested so much into this I'm not even sure how the game would go from that point.
Oh, I think he would be ahead or at least
14 drones to 19. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he would be even because he has the speed, he has the map control. He can blow up the Banelings in the middle.
In
of
the
both
middle
spines.
to hit both,
Yeah.
but he might be
not
trying to save
necessarily.
him.
This is even better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he will get this expansion. This is what we were talking about. This is on any other map.
This
This
wouldn't
is
work.
an easy defense for
Because the
Scarlett.
2 queens on the ramp could be very easily defending.
Yeah, they would be defending. She cannot move those queens without losing them. So this is a fantastic build for this map, and for this map alone, pretty much.
Yep. So Scarlett, not in the absolute worst of position. She is going to drop the 2 gases in her main, and start to work out an expansion from there. Unfortunately,
Oh no, Kane.
A little bit of a mistake, but those Banelings aren't too important anymore. Unfortunately, she did invest a lot into defense, though. She lost like 6 or 7 spines.
Yeah.
There was a lot of
No,
spine.
6?
Really? I mean, he killed like
Maybe 5?
2 or 3 or 4. Plus, there was one morphing in the top left. There were well, one morphing. I think it was at least 4 spines.
Fair enough.
Or it was
No, yeah,
definitely
at least 4.
It was
yeah.
at least 4, maybe
4,
maybe more.
4 or 5, yeah.
So Scarlett, really all she can do at this point is expand, and from here, I think all Kane does is some kind of rushling timing to win.
Yep. Scarlett very smartly making overlords at her natural. She's not gonna anything
Waste
else
a
she
lot of them.
makes there is gonna die to the links. So.
Yep. And making the overlords there is kind of like having a second hatchery a little bit. She can use the main
Yeah.
hatchery for drones, whatever. She can just pop overlords.
What do you
out
say
there.
about Roachling?
I think that I think Kane's clear win here is just do roachling timing.
Maybe. Scarlett's going.
Scarlett's rushing for a fast lair, maybe for Muta.
No, Kane is rushing for a fast lair.
Oh, that's Kane.
I
I keep
Kane,
mixing up
I
the.
think Kane can do anything from here.
Oh, yeah, he
has
can.
map control.
Kane-
Scarlett needs a lot of units to go down the ramp.
Yeah, Kane can do anything, but the thing is, at this point, I think the only way Scarlett can win is with some kind of roachling timing. Like, what else can she do at this point?
I
Because
mean,
Kane,
it's a really tough position for Scarlett.
Exactly.
She can't. She's gonna. I agree with you.
Yeah, I'm just
I
saying
would
that, like,
probably
if-
drop a roach one.
she
just
can
for
only
safety.
do a roachling timing, and if Kane does a roachling timing back, he's gonna have more every time.
Yeah.
So it's like unwinnable at that point. There are other ways. If this was ladder, Scarlett could do it. There's a ton of options.
Well, she
but
could
against
try
a player,
like burrowed infestors or
Yeah,
Muta,
but
even
against a
then,
player
she's
like
gonna be
Kane-
behind in
Yeah.
Kane is going for a spire.
the problem is that Kane is such a good player that playing from behind like this isn't. There's not like a lot of options, you know. Like,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that losing that expansion after she invested so much in defending it pretty much lost the game right there.
Yeah,
you know?
either player against each other in this position would have an extremely tough time.
Yeah, definitely.
That was a lot of investment by Scarlett, but more important than that, she had no gas the entire time. So,
Exactly. So no Ling speed, no Banelings.
yeah,
Or
that
no,
was
she has Banelings,
well
I'm
now.
sorry.
Yeah, but that was extremely delayed. Now
Yeah.
she has link speed and Bailings, but
Yeah.
we're 10 minutes in.
Uh-huh.
So if Kane can deflect this comfortably, which he should be able to, he has all the tools to do so. Then he's gonna have a much faster spire, natural mining for a lot longer.
Natural gas mining for a lot longer too.
Yeah, and
It's
Scarlett's
really
going for a
important for
spire
Muta
of her
versus
own.
Muta.
Like you said, if Kane had been going for a roach timing, I think he would outright kill Scarlett as well.
Yep.
Just Kane playing from a great advantage here.
I'm playing it very safe too.
Yeah, Scarlett also has no information on what Kane is doing, so she is probably comfortable going into Muta and doesn't necessarily know that Kane is doing the same, but better.
I think at this point, I think she could assume Kane is going to be because she just see the spine there. Would he really drop the spine if he was going to roach
Yeah,
Ling off
number
of it?
number of links.
Yeah.
So Scarlett in a pretty tough position right now. The supply is not necessarily telling the whole story here.
37 to 32 drones. That natural finally comes online, but at this point, Kane is mined over 200 gas from his natural.
That's
expansion.
just from his natural. In his
Yeah.
main, he's mined more
Even
gas for
more
longer,
because
yeah.
he's been mining it. Yeah.
I would like to see Kane take a third. I mean, as soon as the Muta were about to pop out, I wouldn't have minded the third. I guess he was still scared of potential for roaches and things like that.
Yeah, possibly. Like I said earlier, I think the only way Scarlett could have won was with a big roachling all-in pressure, and maybe that's what Kane is like looking for. Like he's preparing for a
perhaps.
big
I
roachling.
don't know if the only way she could have won, but definitely
Without being like super gimmicky. Like in a way that like
No,
Kane
I-
wouldn't lose to it. Like I
don't
guess
know if Scarlett is completely out of this game.
maybe.
I think she can do things like sit back behind spores, or like there you go, like a switch to infestor, behind spores, behind enough queens.
Yeah.
Things like that can work.
They can. The only problem with that kind of stuff is
I
like I
like
said,
the-
like if
I
it
like
was
the- go ahead.
if it was ladder against like a random Zerg, I would do it and I could probably win. after a while because they'll make enough mistakes. The only problem is just it's Kane. Kane is really good, and he's not going to be lost in the late game. So while Scarlett could try to catch up like that, it would require Kane to make some pretty crucial mistakes, like taking a really late third, trying
which
to all
he
in and
did.
failing.
I mean, Scarlett hasn't taken her third yet, but she needs to work towards that. Also, we saw Kane being in a disadvantageous position last game, and coming back from that with just defense over and over and over again.
Yeah, very
Defender's advantage is going to be pretty crucial here. So if Scarlett can get spores on the low ground onto that third with queens and maybe infestor support, if she holds for long enough, then like we talked about last game, the Muta of Kane become kind of irrelevant.
Exactly. And with that, getting that fast infestor upgrade, that's what she's looking for. She's looking for the big fungal.
Yeah.
And if she wipes out, 12, 13 Muta, she could be back in the game at that point.
I would love for Kane to transition into Roaches already.
Yep.
Actually.
But he is throwing up the infestation fit, so...
it could be Swarm Host then.
Yeah, which is fine too.
Yeah, that's fine too. The cool thing about Roaches is even like imagine Kane started transitioning to Roaches. Even if Scarlett gets she has 6 infestors right now. Even if she gets the perfect fungals, that opens a timing for Kane where Scarlett doesn't have any fungals at all.
Yep.
To
and
deal
even
with
at that
Roaches.
point, like if you have 6 infestor and you have nothing on the ground and your opponent has 20 roach, like you can throw fungals, but I mean like you're never gonna kill anything. You can throw a bunch of infested terra and they just
that is actually a very common strategy when it comes to Muta going up against infestor. If you're going for a roach transition, you can just let your opponent think that he just got a perfect fungal because the follow-up attack is just
exactly.
brutal.
And even if he does manage to kill a good chunk of roaches, you're reinforcing while they're sitting on infestors waiting for energy.
In that particular case, case scenario, the infestors are basically banelings, and you're trading all the money you spend on those infestors for all the money you spend in, your opponent spend into those Muta, because nothing else will matter for the next engagement.
Yep. The both players playing really well.
Rob from Productions trying to tell us something.
I think that so sometimes you get +1 attack versus +1 carapace, or usually you see +1 carapace. I think the reason why she might be going for +1 attack is because she's planning on landing money fungals, and she's not planning on doing big Muta versus Muta battles. She just wants to bring in her Muta to kill everything instantly once she's landed the money fungals. Typically you see carapace because carapace gives you 3 points of defense against a glaive form.
Yeah.
But if you're planning on going in faster Muta and you're going to catch him in good fungals, you just want to bring your Muta in and kill everything as quickly as possible. You're not planning on sitting there tanking a lot of Muta shots for a long time. Maybe. That would be my guess.
Yeah,
also, if you're going for infestor, the +1 attack is 50 gas cheaper. Which is...
I wouldn't have minded if she didn't upgrade at all, actually.
Or that too, yeah. Actually, and it's probably better for Scarlett mentally not to upgrade at all, because now that she's getting these upgrades, she might get too attached to the Muta again.
Maybe.
But, no, yeah, I know what you mean for sure.
Kane making a very quick Hive, so we might see an Ultraless transition.
Possibly.
Just straight up into Ultra. And this is a little bit scary for Kane because it opens timings for Scarlett.
Yeah. One thing I was going to say earlier is Kane, I understand that Kane respects Scarlett a lot as a player, so maybe a little bit scared to try some all-in stuff, but I think that he's playing this really passively, given how far of a lead he had. Like, putting up spines at the third.
I mean, he's playing well still. It's like, okay, you take a third, I'll take a fourth. That's a perfectly valid response.
Sure.
And he's the only thing is he's far ahead and he's cutting corners to get to Ultra. So
yeah,
if Kane gets to Ultra, I don't see Scarlett stopping him at all. But
he is putting himself in a position.
Yeah, in a position where he could lose off of an advantage.
Exactly. Look how many overlords he just made up to. He's at 142 out of 200 supply.
Yeah, say Scarlett. Even if Scarlett pushed right now, if she, I don't know how many. Let's look at the units tab.
I mean, she's got a few more.
Scarlett
Muta,
actually
took
the Muta lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if Scarlett had been continuing to say produce queens and crossed around across the map right now with Infestor Queen and a few Muta. I don't know. She's committing really heavily to Muta.
It's funny because I feel like if these two players were playing and there was a mistake where like 2 Mutas were killed on the other side, the other player would be pushing. You know, like when you kill like a couple Mutas in a Muta versus Muta battle, it tends to snowball from there on out. And I think Kane actually had a bigger lead than just a couple Mutas because he had like 500 or 600 or 700 gas mined over Scarlett, but he didn't do anything at all, and they still went Muta versus Muta, but they both played really defensively, like it was a super even game. I mean, Scarlett.
Well, Scarlett
understandably
had
so.
to play.
Scarlett, yeah, Scarlett had to, but Kane just sat back. Whereas if it were an even game and Kane had gotten like a couple mutas advantage, I feel like Kane would have pushed way heavier. It's really strange to see Kane play so defensively here. But I mean, Kane did make it to his Ultralisks. He is working on his upgrades. He does have that 4th. And
I mean, he has a very valid plan in this, and I don't think Scarlett's going to be able to do anything about it.
Yeah.
All the links are going to be rendered useless. Oh, the only problem is Scarlett actually has way more meter than Kane. Oh, and with this, Scarlett actually... Scarlett could come back.
The
fungals. She has to be really careful with the fungals.
There's a few queens.
The only problem is the fungals here.
Maybe. I mean, if she like magic boxes here,
well, magic boxing infestors will still get you fungal.
A few fungal, yeah, but not as many as if you have them all clumped, you know. He needs to.
Oh no! Oh, there is an overseer. Yeah.
Fortunately,
Scarlett to turn around, pick up those slings with the muta. She cannot clump here.
No, but even if she doesn't, this is going to be a really hard...
If she gets the infestors, I think she's done this.
Oh, Muta, Queen's come in for transfuses.
She did get the infestors.
Helpful.
There's one more fungal available, and Scarlett is actually going to clean this up. I mean, the Ultras will still be able to kill a base and do a lot of damage, but the Muta will eventually clean them up. I think it's up to Kane to reinforce right now, and he's doing the perfect thing, I think. Reinforce with Lynx and Ultra.
Yep.
He's pretty much saying, I'm not going to win the fight. It's impossible to win the fight here, but I'm going to wreck your economy, and then I'm going to defend, and that's how I'm going to get the win here.
Yep. 30 workers killed so far for Kane. All idle Ultras for a little bit there. Kind of a mistake. Oh, and all these drones.
Yeah, I think Scarlett's dead here. Even though she won a decisive fight, she doesn't have anything to make that will kill the Ultras fast enough. So Kane is just going to continue to do damage. I'm surprised and not everything's rallied to Scarlett. Now it is. So we got a bunch more links, a few more ultras, some more infestors being produced, queens. Kane now trying to set himself in a more defensive position. He realizes he's done enough damage here, and he definitely has.
And this is what Kaz was talking about last game, where it's like even without the Hydras and the Ultras, mutas take a long time to kill, or even without the Hydras and the Roaches, mutas take a long time to kill Ultralisks. So if you've got Ultralisks just ravaging your mineral line and your only defense is mutas, that's going to be a long time. Because very rarely do you have +3 attack on your muta, and you know, Ultras get all that armor so easily that it takes a long time.
Another Ling run-by. All the Ling run-bys are going to continue to keep Scarlett back at home. She might just have to GG here pretty soon.
Yeah.
She's taking a lot of heavy damage, and I think Kane has done this.
Yeah.
I think Kane will be our first semi-finalist. And Scarlett will be, I think...
Wait, our first semifinalist? Isn't this the last game?
Oh yeah, so he will join Major.
Yeah.
Major and Kane advancing from this group, I think. So yeah, I don't see much more than Scarlett can do from this point. Kane's economy has been fantastic throughout this, and Scarlett hasn't been able to apply any pressure. She's doing the best that she can, splitting her mutant in two.
9 drones to 80.
But there's just too much here. Oh, good pickoffs on the infestors.
Yeah.
But yeah, spore crawlers again. Kane was just absolutely ready. He knew that the only way he loses this game is if he doesn't have a defense ready and set up for Scarlett's counterattack. Yeah, I don't know what else Scarlett can do from here.
She's just gonna run around and try to defend with Muta, but these Ling run-bys... I mean, the Ling run-bys aren't even gonna find much to kill, except for maybe
yeah, she's trying to make a drone here and there and burrowing drones to save her, to save them. She has so many Muta, but... I mean, fungal, just a good fungal could be lights out for everything. And Kane just has so many spores. He should just continue to add spores. I'm sure at this point Kane realizes there's like the game is in the bag, and
zero. Scarlett hasn't killed a single worker this game. There's just not. She can't come back with Muta.
Last game, Scarlett was in a similar position, only not quite as far as far ahead as Kane is.
A little bit.
But in same in the sense that I think that Kane should just be adding spore crawlers right now because there's no reason to not add them. I feel like Scarlett, she had like a 6,000 bank, or like she had a huge bank last game, and she wasn't, or 1,600 at least, not maybe not 6,000. But she wasn't adding static defense, and if she had, I think she would have won last game pretty easily. But she had just much greater economy last game. But this game's the complete opposite story and more. I mean, it's just not gonna be possible. She can kill all the ogres in the world. The only chance, well, like this is obviously never ever gonna happen, but if Kane mined out his half of the map and continued to send ultras one at a time,
maybe 2 or 3 at a time, if
Maybe
she got
2
the
or
lead on
3
him
at a
early
time.
enough.
then
Landed
Scarlett
like
might
chain
eventually-
fungals, but never had enough fungals to kill the Muto. And then
Basically,
lost
what I'm
the
saying is she would have to kill units until the map is mined out
Yeah.
in order for this to work.
Basically, each of these Mutalisks would have to become like a hero from Warcraft 3.
Basically,
Level up to whatever the max level in Warcraft 3 for heroes
that's
is
so
now.
many. I mean, I understand why she's still in the game too. That's
don't.
39 muta.
Okay.
I mean, that's 39 muta, Steven. 39.
Not for
Have
long.
you ever-
Oh wait, never, this is what she needs to get
38, 37.
37.
Okay, how many muta will Scarlett have by the time she?
By the time
exits
she
again?
GG's out,
Yep.
I think 37.
I think. Oh, that's a safe bet.
Are you mad?
Yeah, I was a little bit mad. Good thing I didn't bet. I would
What
have
was
said
that?
the
Is
same.
that our $100 bet?
No, good try.
Good try.
So-
Well played by Scarlett. Weller played by Kane.
I would say so.
Yeah.
So it was definitely Kane's day.
The day
in
of
that regard,
Kane.
Yeah, the day of
The year of Kane, maybe.
the year of Kane.
Scarlett had her time. She won the last tournament.
Yep. And I think this group shows once again that North America indeed does have very strong players. If you weren't convinced by Minigun winning the last Twitch tournament, the Twitch portion of this tournament, or the Twitch portion, you just like suggested that like the other days.
What? Suggested what?
You said like, is this the same tournament? And I said no, but I just said the Twitch
No, that
portion
was
of
people in
this
my
tournament.
chat. No, it's
Okay. No.
That was
no.
other
That's why I'm
people.
saying like
Okay.
I tried to correct myself. The Twitch,
Twitch
portion of this tournament.
yeah,
Yeah, the Twitch tournament with the same name.
yeah.
Um,
By Twitch.tv
yeah.
instead of by MLG Game On.
exactly.
Yeah.
If you weren't convinced by Chat's victory or Estrella's second place over people like Polt and Violet, well, here you have one of the best foreigners, widely accepted. Unfortunately, dropping out of a group with 4 other Americans in it.
Yep.
So
Major
Kane
and
Major.
Major. Major and Kane. That
Will
kind of
both
sounds like
advance
a.
onto
That sounds
the-
like from an old like Western, or something like the name you guess like Major Kane,
Yeah, for sure.
maybe. But anyway,
A little bit.
Major and Kane both advancing from groups to the semifinals of the tournament.
One step closer to the Jones.
One step closer to the Jones. We are going to take a 5-minute break and then start the next group.
5? Oh, it's gonna be the
'Cause
next
we're
group.
starting the next
Yeah,
group?
We're starting a next group right after 5-minute break. So stick around. The next group is gonna have. Who's gonna be in the next group?
Amazing
Vive,
players.
Massa, Hendralisk, and State. What a group! The first match is gonna be Hendralisk against
versus
State.
Hendralisk.
A great PVZ coming up to your face.
And then Vibe versus
And then
Massa
Vive
next.
against Massa. Team kill.
Oh shoot.
Oh shoot! Stick around.